you're thinking about a career in auto body repair. It's been a good choice for me. I've been working in the field for about 10 years now. It's a good living and I'm doing something I really like to do. And there's lots of opportunities in this business. Whether you like problem solving or using all the cool tools, custom painting, or helping customers find the best way to solve their vehicle repair problems, there's a job for you in auto body repair. In this program, I'm going to show you some of the basics you'll need to know if you're thinking of going into this business. First, we'll take a look inside some body shops so you can see the work environments and career opportunities. Next, we'll take a more detailed look at the process involved in collision repair, including the different work areas in a body shop and some of the jobs you'll be doing. Then we'll talk a little about the importance of safety in our workplace. Finally, we'll talk a little bit about working with customers and the ethics of the business. Variety. That's what comes to mind when I think about auto body repair. There are so many aspects to this job. You need to be a metal worker, a sculptor, a welder, a plumber, a painter, an electrician, a mechanic, a computer tech, and a customer relations specialist. As you get more skill and experience, you may become a shop supervisor or a parts manager, a repair estimator, maybe even a shop owner. There are a lot of different directions a career in auto body repair can take you, and there are a lot of different work environments too. For example, a body shop in a dealership like this one is owned and operated under the direction of one of the major automobile manufacturers. This type of shop often concentrates on repairing the makes and models of cars sold by the dealership. A franchise body shop like this one can be owned and managed locally, but operates under a set of rules or guidelines established by the franchise company. These rules and operating procedures may specify the brands of parts to be used and pricing for services. An independent body shop like this one is locally owned and operated. That means it doesn't have any ties with a national company. The local owner-operator sets the rules and the prices for work. In addition to different types of ownership and affiliation, body shops may specialize in certain types of repairs and only do that kind of work. For example, a shop may do metal work and custom painting, but refer brakes and mechanical work to other shops. Today, more and more body shops offer complete collision services. That means they do virtually any type of automotive repair inside the shop, and their technicians specialize in different kinds of repairs. And that's where you come in. Depending on what aspects of the business appeal to you, you can choose to become a specialist in the kind of work you like best. Many of the larger shops are looking for people who specialize in a particular part of the business, like painting and refinishing, body work, or mechanical and electrical repairs. Or if doing all the jobs is what appeals to you, you can do that too. In many smaller independent shops, the auto body tech is a jack of all trades, doing body work, mechanical and electrical repair, and refinishing. Let's take a closer look at the process of repairing collision damage in one of the larger shops. Before any repairs can begin, an estimate of the repairs and repair costs must be made. Estimating involves assessing damage, then determining which parts must be replaced and which ones can be repaired. A cost figure is applied to each part and the labor required to repair or replace it. Today, most shops use a computerized system to help with this. The software program automatically calculates labor hours and the cost of parts and supplies once the estimator enters what parts need to be repaired or replaced. The estimate goes to the insurance adjuster, who reviews it and decides whether to accept it. You may have competing estimates from different shops, so it's important that the estimate your shop prepares is accurate and competitive if you want to get the work. Once the vehicle owner and the insurance company accept the estimate, the vehicle can be scheduled for repair. The vehicle first enters the wash-up area. Washing the vehicle removes any dirt, wax, oil, grease, and water-soluble contaminants that may interfere with repairs and refinishing. When the car is dry, it moves to the bodywork area, usually the largest area in the shop. This area is divided into individual repair stalls, or bays, each of which can accommodate one vehicle. This is where most of the metal work is done, everything from repairing minor dents and scratches to frame straightening and applying the finishing touches before the vehicle is returned to the owner. Let's take a closer look at some of the processes and tools that are used in this area. For repairing minor dents and scratches, you'll be using a lot of different hand tools, power tools, and welding equipment. Some of the power tools are electric, but many are pneumatic, that is, powered by compressed air. You'll also be using tools powered by hydraulics or compressed oil, such as a frame straightener and various hoists, jacks, and lifts. Auto body hand tools are designed for very specialized bodywork purposes, like working out small dents, sometimes in hard-to-reach places. They come in many different sizes and shapes and include hammers, dollies, dinging spoons, picks, weld-on dent pullers, and slide hammers. There are also some more familiar tools used in bodywork, such as vice grips and clamps, punches and chisels, wrenches, pliers, screwdrivers, and pry bars. Having the right bodywork hand tools makes the job go a lot quicker and easier. You'll also be using a variety of power tools. Pneumatic or electric power tools can be used to remove paint, smooth weld areas, blow off dust and debris, cut metal, sand, polish, remove and replace bolts or nuts, drill holes, and remove welds. Similar tools and techniques can be used for repairing both metal and plastic body panels. When a vehicle is involved in a major collision, there's often more to do than just simple dent repair. While the vehicle is in the bodywork area, damaged parts are removed in order to determine possible damage to the frame and other parts not visible. Special measurement tools allow you to assess whether the frame is bent out of alignment and to what extent. Most bodywork areas contain a hydraulic frame rack for straightening bent frames. The vehicle frame is clamped to the rack so it can't move. Then chains are attached and the frame is pulled or pushed back into alignment. There's also a rack where the vehicle's wheels and steering mechanisms can be aligned. Corrosion protection is another important part of bodywork. Collisions and the repair process itself compromises the vehicle's corrosion protection. Your job as an auto body repair technician is to make sure the corrosion protection is fully restored during the repair process. If it isn't, rust and other corrosive forces can seriously weaken the vehicle's structure and damage its appearance. Before applying a final finish, the surface of the vehicle must be properly prepared, or the paint won't adhere properly. That means making sure all surfaces are clean of wax, dirt, grease, and silicone, and that bare metal is properly primed. Surface scratches and dents must be filled and sanded smooth. Any painted areas that are to be refinished must be scuff sanded, then cleaned of all dirt and grit. All these tasks are completed in the bodywork area before the vehicle goes to paint prep. In the paint prep area, the vehicle is given a final cleaning and all areas that are not to be painted are masked off to protect them from overspray. Masking dispensers can make the job of taping a car a lot easier. Most shops have an area for storing and mixing paint just outside the paint booth. Getting an exact color match is important to the success of the final job. The paint booth is a large enclosure with its own ventilation system. It removes a lot of the paint overspray from the booth and keeps out the dust and dirt. Because of the toxic nature of many paints, paint suits with ventilated masks or hoods are essential whenever you're spraying finishes of any kind. Typically, at least 4 to 5 finish coats are applied, 2 color and 2 or more clear coats. Finally, the vehicle moves back to the metalwork area for some finishing touches, such as the replacement of trim pieces, wipers, and mirrors before it's returned to the customer. In some cases, the vehicle may require mechanical or electrical repairs as well. As I mentioned before, in larger full-service body shops, these repairs are made in-house, but in an area separate from body work and painting. In smaller body shops or in specialty shops, these repairs may be contracted out. Body shops also have a business office where someone makes sure parts are ordered, payments for completed work are collected, and you get paid. As an auto body repair technician, you're working with equipment and materials that can be hazardous to your health if proper procedures aren't followed. Generally, a cluttered work area is an invitation for accidents and injury, so keep things neat and organized. Put tools and materials away when you're not using them. This cuts down on injuries and saves time looking for tools in a messy, disorganized work environment. Wipe up spills on the floor to prevent slipping and falls. Keep jacks, creepers, and other equipment out of walkways. Eliminate tripping hazards by rolling up air hoses and electrical cords when not in use. Fires are always a potential threat in an auto body shop because we're working with a lot of flammable substances like paints, thinners and solvents, and ignition sources like welding torches, grinding equipment, batteries, and electrical systems. Follow approved safety procedures to prevent fires. Don't leave flammable liquids lying around. Keep containers closed when not in use and store them in a metal fire cabinet. Use only a UL-approved drum transfer pump when transferring flammable liquids, and ground the drum to prevent static electricity from causing an explosion. Always store dirty rags in a closed metal container. This will prevent a fire from spontaneous combustion. It's a fire that basically starts by itself. Explosions are another potential hazard in our environment. Hydrogen gas that hangs around batteries can ignite, causing the battery to explode. To avoid this problem, always charge batteries in a well-ventilated area. Also, gasoline and paint fumes have the potential for causing fires and explosions. Keep fire and flames out of the painting areas and always from vehicle gas tanks. Despite all these precautions, if you have a fire, you need to take action quickly. Fire extinguishers are designed to smother fires with gases or dry chemical powders. There are 4 classes of fires. Class A fires are coded green. They're produced by ordinary combustibles such as wood, paper, cloth, upholstery, rubber, plastics, or rubbish. Red is for Class B fires. They're produced by flammable liquids such as gasoline, solvents, oil, grease, or paint. Also, in case of a gasoline fire, never use water. Water can actually spread the flames rather than put them out. Class C, electrical fires, are coded blue. Extinguishers marked with a C can be used for fires in electrical motors, appliances, wiring, fuse boxes, and switchboards. Yellow Class D fire extinguishers are used for fires of combustible metals such as aluminum, titanium, or magnesium. Learn what class of fire each letter and color stand for and where appropriate fire extinguishers are located. This will allow you to respond quickly in an emergency. A few moments can save lives and prevent injuries. Your eyes are one of your most important resources, so be sure to protect them. Always wear safety glasses or goggles when making minor mechanical or body repairs. A full face shield is required when there's more danger from flying debris, such as during grinding operations. Wear splash goggles when working with chemical solvents, and a painting helmet when paint mists are present. And wear a welding helmet with the proper shade lens when welding. Remember, your eyes are irreplaceable, so protect them at all times. Protecting your lungs and respiratory system from asphyxiation is another health concern in a body shop. Asphyxiation means inhaling any airborne substance that inhibits normal breathing. In a body shop, we're surrounded with all kinds of airborne substances that we don't want to inhale. Paint mists, exhaust fumes, dust particles from all the sanding we do, and fumes from solvents, cleaners, and undercoatings we use in our work. Always work in a well-ventilated area. Vent vehicle exhaust pipes through a shop vent hose. Always wear a dust mask when grinding and sanding. Paint mists are toxic. When spraying paint or other finishes, always wear a respirator. Use either an air-supplied hood or a cartridge filter respirator. If you're using the cartridge filter type, make sure the mask fits snugly to your face without air leaks. You'll also need to replace pre-filters and filter cartridges at proper intervals or at the first sign of solvent odor. Solvents, cleaners, paint removers, undercoatings, and refrigerants can cause chemical burns. Always wear rubber or plastic gloves when working with these products. Quickly remove any clothing that has become soaked with these substances. Shop noise from grinding, air hammers, and other power equipment is loud enough to cause hearing loss, so wear ear protection. Keep long hair tied back and protect hair with a cap or painter's stretch hood. Loose hair can get caught in power equipment. Remove jewelry before working in the shop, and don't wear loose clothing. Both can get caught in moving parts of a vehicle or equipment. Wear leather shoes with non-skid soles to prevent foot injuries and falls. Athletic shoes and sandals are not appropriate. When lifting heavy objects, bend at the knees, not at the waist. And don't overreach or strain when moving heavy, bulky objects. Get someone to help you or use lifting equipment. To avoid burns, don't touch hot radiators, engine parts, or tailpipes with your bare hands. To prevent injury, use tools and equipment only after proper instruction and according to the manufacturer's recommended procedures. and use them only for their intended purpose. Keep tools clean and in good working order. Greasy tools can slip out of your hand and possibly cause an injury to you or someone working nearby. Replace tools with cracks, missing teeth, or other defects. Use pneumatic tools and compressed air with caution. A burst of compressed air, if directed at your bare skin, can sometimes force air into your bloodstream and cause death. When using hydraulic lifts, engage the mechanical safety catch to prevent the lift from accidentally lowering. And use jack stands, not hydraulic jacks, to support a vehicle when you have to work under it. Despite the best safety precautions, accidents can happen. Make sure your facility has a completely stocked first aid kit and you know where it is and how to use it for different types of injuries. Also, make sure emergency numbers are up to date and posted in an easily accessible area. Hazardous materials like solvents and paint, heavy metals, and corrosive liquids cannot be flushed down floor drains or put into normal garbage containers. It's against the law and can result in heavy fines. Instead, hazardous materials must be stored in the proper containers and labeled with the date the container was first used to store the waste and what it contains. Make sure containers are intact and closed securely after being filled or emptied. Failure to follow proper procedures and safety rules can result in serious injury to you and your coworkers. So safety every day has got to be your #1 concern. One other important aspect of our business concerns professional ethics. As auto body repair technicians, we want to maintain the highest ethical standards when serving the customer. What does this mean? The National Automobile Dealers Association, or NADA, wrote a list of 13 service guidelines that should be observed by any business or person involved in auto body repair. Perform high-quality repair service at a fair and competitive price. Employ trained and skilled technicians. Furnish an itemized invoice for parts and services that clearly identifies any used or remanufactured parts. Have a sense of personal obligation to each customer. When appropriate, recommend corrective and maintenance services, explaining to the customer which of these are required to correct existing problems and which are for preventative maintenance. Provide each customer with a price estimate for work to be performed upon request or as required by law. Obtain prior authorization for all work done. Make available copies of any warranties covering parts or services. Notify the customer if appointments or completion promises cannot be kept. Maintain customer service records as required by law. Exercise reasonable care for the customer's property while it's in your possession. Maintain a system to provide for a prompt response to all customer complaints. Finally, always uphold the highest standards of service in our profession. If you follow these guidelines, you can avoid most misunderstandings and keep your customers happy and coming back. That's good for business, and it's good for your job security. In this program, you've seen different work environments and career opportunities in the auto body repair industry. You've learned about the processes involved in repairing collision damage, the different work areas in a body shop, and the types of work performed there. You've learned about the importance of safety in our workplace and how to prevent accidents. Finally, you've learned some guidelines for working with customers and some of the ethics of the business. There are a lot of opportunities in auto body repair, and it's challenging, demanding work. There's also a great sense of satisfaction in a job well done. It's been a great career choice for me. Hopefully, it will be for you too. Good luck.